everyone. My name is Naomi DeCesar, and I'm back. I know my subscribers are wondering where have you been and why is it taking you so long to post. It's just a lot of things going on right now, and I promise you more informational pieces about my condition. I'm a mental health life coach, and I myself have been diagnosed with bipolar, as I've stated in my other previous videos. I've been diagnosed with bipolar, and I don't really have depression, but I know those of you who are watching have a lot of different mental health issues, including mania, depression, anxiety, and I want to take you back a little bit because I know we had discussed about what is bipolar, and textbook definition can tell you it's a chemical imbalance. But from my own personal experience, again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not someone who I have certification in psychology, but I have life experience and what it is to deal with a chemical imbalance. And in short terms, what that means basically for anybody who's suffering with bipolar, schizophrenia, anxiety, is where you just basically, in layman's terms, lose control of your thoughts. I have a piece that I've written under my maiden name, Naomi Holloman, called Mind Behavior, and it helps self-help guide in terms of mapping out what it is to identify having a chemical imbalance, or again losing control of your thoughts. And that's all it is losing control of that mind frame of thinking clearly and knowing what you want to think when you want to think it. So for the bipolar or the schizophrenic or someone who has anxiety or depression, it's having somebody take that control, whether it be a stress situation that brought that set of chemical imbalance, stress situation, hereditary, trauma. That's what life is. It's trauma to your brain, your core, who your essence is. And then that's when the chemical imbalance sets in, because your brain can't rectify or explain what traumatic event has happened to it. So it gets into a shock mode. And when that shock mode comes onset to your physical being, your soul and your physical being can't correlate together to control what has happened to it. So then it comes imbalanced. And I mean, whether you believe in spirituality, or you believe in a creator, you are a core being of spiritualness as well as physicalities, emotions, and all those things align at once. But when you have trauma that implements itself onto you, it's like a shock. And any trauma, whether it's a car accident or somebody hitting you, you're going to feel the ramifications from it. And when you do that, you're going to have some kind of healing process that needs to go along with it. So when you lose that control, it's like somebody taking your thoughts and thinking for you. And for the bipolar, because I have that, and I can best identify with that and explain it to you. For bipolar, you basically have somebody telling you in your brain all these thoughts, and when you lose control, you're not sure of what thought is clearly you and what thought is something else that's basically noise or just chaos in your brain. So to best identify that, you have to let yourself know, okay, first of all, if this thought's coming to me, is it a thought that, one, I want to identify myself with? Is it a thought that is core to who I am? And is it a thought that I want to act on? And that's what happens with bipolars. They have so many thoughts that then they may act sporadically. They talk to themselves. They're thinking all these other sorts of things, and they can't gain control. And when you don't have control, you don't have functioning and ability to act on one specific thing core to you. So it's very, very important that you always meditate and manifest who you are and give it back to yourself. Okay, this is who I am. These thoughts are not a part of me. And how can I gain control of those wayward thoughts that are not subject to what I want to do in life, who I want to be in life, and how I want to think? It's harder than most people know. Because of that imbalance, a lot of times, you take medication for it. You try to, and that's what the medication does. All it does is gives you that little bit of control back, because you want to be able to say, okay, so if I'm going to, because when your thoughts are made up of things, your thoughts, if it manifests and manifests, that's what you're going to act on, because our thoughts are what drive us to act. So if my thoughts are all over the place, all over the time, how am I going to act accordingly to one specific thing if I've got a million thoughts that I can't control? So that is why you have to learn yourself, learn who you are, learn what you want to be in life. Hopefully it radiates positivity. And with that positive, try to date yourself back to the trauma, before the trauma, and say, okay, how do I get myself back in alignment with who I was before this event happens? Because when you become manic, you're going to revisit that trauma. And if you don't deal with a way to cope through the manic phase or the mental chaos in your brain, all the noise and the chatter, it's going to resurface and it's going to take control of you. You want to be in control of the condition rather than the condition being in control of you. And it is a road to take, folks. It is hard. It is sometimes debilitating. And a lot of people need medication to help gain that control. And that's okay. It's okay to say, look, I'm on something to help guide me through that. And all it is gaining your self-awareness and controlling those manic phases. So I hope I'm being helpful to all of you, and I hope you tune into my channel. Again, it's Naomi DeCesar, and this is Life Perceptions on how to live a full potential and rewarding life when you have something that is not a stigma, but just a condition. And we all have conditions. Some of us condition our minds to do certain things. Some of us do the other. But for the person with bipolar, schizophrenia, or anxiety, it's hard that our condition sometimes plays us to the point where we can't function very well. But I'm here to help you, and I'm here to guide you. Look out on Amazon and Barnes & Noble online for my book, Mind Behavior, and it's under my maiden name, Naomi Holloman, and I'll spell the name for you. It's Naomi, last name Holloman, Hollimon. Thank you so much, folks. Take care.